So I have only 18 minutes, so I will try to make it as entertaining as possible. So I'm going to tell you basically two stories. The first story is about myself, and the second story is about the more general story of photography, ending, or not ending, but at the most present stage, it is the 360-degree imagery. So I'm going to start straight ahead. So I'm very involved in the field of 360-degree imagery because I have had with my brother Marek a company built on those technologies, and we are very much involved in all the entertainment and mapping systems, and we are, I would say, very well advanced in this field. So I'm very glad to share a few of our projects and ideas with you today. So basically, the story of pictures has started basically 200 years ago, and with Mr. Nicéphore Niepce, who invented photography. By the time it took about 8 hours to complete these pictures, it was taken from the room of his, from the window of his room. You can see it's pretty blurry, so it had to be improved a lot over the coming years. Hopefully, someone called Daguerre invented a new system, and this new system allowed for taking pictures in only 30 minutes, which was by the time very quick. As you can see on those pictures, you never see anyone, because half an hour is a pretty long time, so all the passers-by were gone already when the pictures was completed. So that's why you only see the walls and you only see the buildings. It had to be refined, it had to be improved over the coming years. As I said, the French government bought all the patents belonging to Mr. Daguerre and to Mr. Niepce, and by its own words, offered it to the world to be improved. So many people, tried to get those cameras, those first cameras, and to make their own uses of them. So this is really coming to my point. This is about the first view I've been able to find of a panorama. This is taken in America, so in San Francisco. You can see the San Francisco Bay. So it's about 120 degrees. That means that the photographer came on a spot and he took several pictures, all in different directions, and then compositing them, he managed to create this first panorama. So we are in 1853, and we will now jump to a later era, which is basically the First World War, and this is the first defense application of the panorama technology. It was taken in Verdun, so for those of you that are familiar to European history, this is a very famous French battleground, and it had very strategic military implications. So this is one of the uses of the panorama technology. Unfortunately, this is not the best use I would like to emphasize on. So the technology of cameras got refined over the years, and you had much more portable and much more easier to use devices. So you can see here, this example is the first panoramic camera made in USSR. And this last example is a prototype made by someone in the US using two cameras with 180 degrees lenses, and they are back to back so they can capture the whole 360-degree surrounding area. So this shows a little bit how it improved and it got refined over the years. And I'm very happy now to come to the core of my presentation, which is about the panoramic system and more about the, sorry, the mic is not close enough, and more about the one-shot devices. So what is this kind of strange system? This is the very first prototypes of 360-degree panoramic images made through a one-shot system. So basically I have two devices here. I have the lens, which is the upper part, and I have the camera, which is a little bit down, right? And it's facing up. This is very important because when I look at the mirror, then I can have the round shape image like this. So you can see here a professional grade device. But for sure, we are coming around Christmas. So if you have some family trees and stuff, you can certainly borrow some of them by the end of the holidays and make your own system. Okay, when I take a picture of this system, I got this round shaped image. This round shaped image is called the donuts, or a spherical panorama. Spherical because it's around. And what you can see in the middle is basically the most down point of the panorama. What you see in the exterior is the upper part of the panorama. It has one issue I would like to mention is the field of view on a vertical plane. It's pretty much limited because of the physical properties of this tool. You cannot go straight up and you cannot go straight down. So you only have the 360 on a horizontal plane and not on the vertical one. So if we have a careful look at this, we can see here that on one single image, I can have the whole surrounding area. I can see what is front of me, I can see what is on the left, what is on the right, and what is behind me. So when I process those images, I can have a flattened version of this. And the flattened version of this is this kind of image. As you can see again, you cannot see what we call the nadir, which is the part most down, and you cannot see the zenith, which is up. But you have obviously the 360 that is going there to there, and if I close the image, then I will be able to pan tilt all around me in 360 degree. Okay. Now this is, as I told you, this was the first objects we used, and we soon, I mean, the whole panorama community soon switched to multi-shot system. Those multi-shot systems, basically, they are the way that allows us to make much higher definition pictures, because you take several images of the surrounding area, but in different direction with a normal, regular camera. So you have a special tripod, not exactly like this one, and you turn, and you take one picture here, one picture there. I'm going to show you a little bit how it looks like. It's this kind of picture, so I can take a picture front of me, I can take a picture up, right, left, behind me, and even down. And then it allows me to recreate the complete area around with this kind of projection, which is a square projection, cubic projection, sorry. And this cubic projection is only one way to show the environment. As you can see here, all the lines are perfectly straight. But if I prepare them for the web, I need to go through this phase. And this phase, as you can see here, all the lines have gone a little bit curved. And the thing is that when it's projected on a sphere, all the lines are straight again, and you stand in the middle of this sphere, and all the panorama is mapped on the sphere, and you're looking at it from the inside. So it looks like this. I'm just going to have you a live example with this. This is exactly what it looks like. So if I go to my scene, as I had before, I can see here all the thing, and the lines are straight, so I can just hide this one. So you see more clearly, and I can have the full screen, so better. So what we've done basically is to try to improve and add our own technology and our own systems, so that our own software, sorry, so that it allows people to really visit a place. So that's called a virtual visit, because I can go wherever I want in this facility, so I can just move from here to there, and it's much better quality than what we had before with the previous one-shot system, because I can zoom in and zoom out, and I can also imagine complete tours where I could have hotspots, and I can click on a hotspot and have a video playing, and or a sound or whatever you may imagine. I'm coming now to the real interesting part and the most forward part of this technology, which is about the movies. As I told you, my brother and I, in our company, we were the first to create those movies in Europe. And what is the system about? It's exactly the same as I told you before. So you basically have to be on a nodal point, which is in a central point. And from this point, you take pictures all around. So the cameras used for this, for taking those movies, there are these kind of cameras. Different designs, some are intended for defense applications, some are intended for mapping application, some for research. Yeah, obviously you have to have lots of funding to create this kind of cameras, so it's pretty difficult to make it in the backyard, but some people tried and some succeed. So this is the camera, and as you can see, it's various sensors, all pointing in different directions. What do we do with this? We have several images. This is the model we use for those of you who were at the Supercross this weekend. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 images on a vertical plane, and 1 image that's going up. Then I have this equirectangular image, and this equirectangular image allows me to see the whole 360 in one single view. So you can see here what was on the back, and for sure then you have the immersive view, and with the immersive view you can pan tilt all around as you wish to. And this is, again, this is mapped on a sphere. So what you're looking at basically is every single image, but then there is a blending between two live streams, between two video streams, so that you can turn around and look without, it's seamless video. And you turn around exactly wherever you want. You can even zoom in and zoom out. So the quality here is not so beautiful because it's a video capture of a video. So it's a little bit, yeah, it could have been better. So I wish to invite you to visit our website once. Okay, we have been very lucky because we have refined our system and we made it portable, light, and yeah, just fitable for this kind of application. Basically, this is very demanding because you are below the copter. And yeah, this was to prove that the system we have is really very advanced and that you can have any idea and we can realize it. So this may be used for emergency situation. This was made for the Rega, which is a Swiss heli rescue company. And they wanted to basically show what you would be like, but without having you real sick. So luckily enough, you can have a look at this being safe. All right. I told you that I was about to speak not only of the technology, but also of the different applications you may have for this 360-degree imagery. So obviously you all know the Street View initiative by Google, right? There are some others like this one. So you have many of them in the States because the States are very well advanced in this mapping field. I have been pretty lucky enough to myself have this kind of project run under my supervision. So this is a little bit, I'm going to show you the different cars. This is the latest car by Google. This is a 360 camera, but for still pictures. They are also combining this with 6 sensors, which are 3D sensors. This is others. This is the Microsoft car. So all of them, as you can see, they are made in the US and they have pretty big cars. So we also have here different version of much lighter systems that are used for different purposes. This is the map of the coverage by Google until last week because they made a recent update and now it's a little bit more complete on France, and you can also see around Geneva. So basically they are planning on mapping the whole world. So that's their motto. We also had an initiative like this, but we are much more smaller. So we have also smaller goals. That's the way it works for those of you who haven't never been there. So you have this little pegman, they call it, and you can drag and drop the pegman anywhere on the map. When you land the pegman somewhere, then the pegman is arriving in the place, and you can just cruise through the streets. And you can see also the street name. So it's a good interface, although it has sometimes some bugs and I think something can be refined, but they are making it on a world scale, so sometimes I assume it should be difficult for them. Okay, so now this is a little bit what we did. So as you can see, the car is lighter, but yet it's still packed with very technological and very advanced mapping stuff. So you can look around and you can have I mean, it's a mobile mapping vehicle, so you can just drive, and while you drive, it's moving around, and you record the streets you're going through. This is the interface. You will see it better. The next slide. Okay, I'm going to show you right after. This is, we have mapped 14,000 kilometers in Switzerland. So we have complete cities like Geneva, Zurich, Basel, Lugano, Locarno, Lausanne, Sierre, whatever. So we have mapped really a whole lot of cities. And instead of doing as Google did, I mean, having still pictures, we tried to have something more dynamic. And by dynamic, what I mean is that we did not only wish to show people a fixed position, but we wanted to show them the life in the city or the life in the street. So when you go to our website, this address, streetview.ch, for the international audience, you can also go on www.videostreetview.com. And on this address, what you have is this interface. This interface is pretty much the interface we wished in our dreams, because you have here the 360 view. You have here the map that shows you exactly where you're located, and you have here, you have here all the streets available, either in the area you are looking at or available in general. So when I go to this, I have two possibilities to search. The first possibility is through the list, and through the list I can check any street I want, so I can type in the address or I can browse, or I can also look from the map. And in the map I just click on a particular street, and then I have the 360 view. So this is basically how it works. I got my panda here, and this panda I can drag and drop it whenever I want, wherever I want. Then I have the 360 view, so I can turn around and look in any direction. What we did, because we wanted to go forward and to make the things a little bit more advanced, right? We did in video. So that means that people can look in time. So we added the time dimension to the still imagery. So you can just click on play, and then you go through the street, or you can pause, or you can go back, or you can go forward. So then it's up to you to discover the city. For sure, you also have a full screen function. I'm sorry, here on the screen it doesn't look so nice, but again, just go visit the website. This allows to check everywhere you want, and for sure you always have the geographical data attached to those images. So this is, for instance, in Lugano. So if you want to take some vacation, that's a good way. We now have plans to give you a short hint into the future of what we want to do. We now want to create from those images, we want to create 3D. So it will be 3D vision from omnidirectional images. And this is a pretty great challenge for our company, because we are still small, but we are very motivated. And also what we want to do is to allow people everywhere in the world, and this could be you, to have a portable and light system of 360-degree imagery, where you could have and make your own 360-degree images for holidays, for whatever purpose you may have. This is the goal we strive for. So I thank you very much. It is the end of my 18 minutes. I've been able to fit perfectly in. So thank you very much. Thank you, Yves. And